Hello, 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 and welcome back. Hopefully, we have a decent connection here, which I will figure out shortly. I apologize to anybody who realized that we were trying to go live several times today. I'm just having some connection issues. It was actually my fault because I know better how to set it up. So, at any rate, it is Toxic Tuesday, and I wanted to come on here and have a quick talk. And if anybody's out there, you want to pop in, that's great too. But we're just going to wait a second, see if anybody does come on here because I'd like to make sure that my connection is worthwhile before I go on a little tangent. But if nobody's here within about a minute or so, I'll just go ahead and tell you what we were talking about today. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what we're talking about anyway. So, I had my friend here earlier, and I'm going to try to post a video and or a live stream that we had attempted to do. Like I said, we had some connection issues, but we were talking about toxic relationships, going no contact, the decision to go no contact, and of course, the guilt that may follow going no contact. Now, all of that stuff is seen, but we're going to kind of just talk about the guilt part of it because I've had to go no contact from several people and in a very short amount of time. And naturally, especially if you're an empathic person, it's very difficult to just cut somebody off without any kind of warning, if you will. But anyone who has gone no contact here or has tried to go no contact and has failed, one of the big things you're going to know is that you can't give a warning. If you try to warn somebody who's toxic, they typically will try to manipulate you into not making the decision to go no contact with them. So it's really hard to leave a lot of strands untied, if you will. And that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like you're just leaving all of these loose ends hanging behind. And a lot of times you're left with a lot of questions as well. I've gone through these emotions. I still occasionally do go through these emotions. Like I said, I've left behind quite a few people, but I'm here to tell you that if you felt that it was something you needed to do, if you felt that going no contact was the right thing for you, chances are very good it was the right thing for you to do. And you can't feel guilty about it. You have to learn to trust your intuition. And when your intuition is telling you that there's something wrong, most likely there is something wrong. And you shouldn't second guess yourself. What you should do is focus all of that energy and all of that negativity and all of that self doubt into rising above what's happened to you. Toxic relationships can take a real toll on your body physically as well as emotionally. And it's just not something that you should be doing. If there's any way that you can prevent yourself from continuing in a toxic relationship, it's definitely advised that you do so. Of course, as we said in our live stream, there are going to be times when you're unable to get out of a relationship completely and you have to go limited contact. In that case, where perhaps you're raising a child together or it's a boss at work or something to that effect, in that case, there is just giving very limited contact, only talking about what's really on the agenda at the time, whether it be whatever work assignment is on the menu or if it's about picking up and dropping off children, that kind of thing. And you just keep it at that. And you keep all of your personal information to yourself and you do your damnedest not to let them get under your skin. Hey, if there's someone in the room, if you can just let me know that you're here and if you can hear me all right. I've been having some connection issues. Surprise, surprise. And it is Toxic Tuesday, but we're also here to chat. So feel free to pop in at any time. And Looks like we have a private viewer, so that's just fine too. But feel free to pop in at any time with anything you have to say. So, just kind of going on with my rant. We really decided to address that because, like I said, I've been having a lot of problems with it myself. And I think a lot of times people decide to not go no contact because of the guilt, because it's easy to feel like you're giving up on a relationship rather than building yourself up, rather than improving your own life. And I say this every time, and I really want to stress that you don't need to know what's causing somebody to behave in a way that's toxic. All you need to do is know that you don't feel right with them, or when you're with them, you leave feeling like less of a person, or you feel kind of gross or dirty or just not good. When you're around people who inspire you, you walk away from them feeling uplifted usually. And of course, there are always times in relationships where they have their ups and they have their downs and there are ebbs and flows. But there are those things, like with our live feed we were talking earlier, there are red flags. If you have somebody who is lying to you or manipulating you or trying to cheat you somehow, change who you are as a person, not for the better. And even if you are trying to change someone for the better, we can't change people. Okay. And that's something that it's very difficult to do, especially if you're an empathic person. And if you're finding this chat, there's a good possibility that you are an empathic person. There's a very strong likelihood that you're an empathic person because it's the empathic people who typically, excuse me, intertwine with these types of people, the toxic people. And it's very unfortunate, but it's easier if you don't have those really super strong empathic traits to take better care of yourself, which actually isn't a bad thing. But it is possible for empathic people to learn to be guarded and to learn to preserve themselves. And that's something that we'll be talking about real soon because that's an important topic. So, again, I'm urging anyone that's here to go ahead and say something. Otherwise, I just wanted to pop on here real quick because I feel awful that the live streams earlier weren't working out. We even tried doing a video regarding this. We have 3 questions, and I'm trying to get that uploaded, but if it doesn't work, I'm gonna just go ahead and redo it. But if nothing else, the live stream is always as good as gold. So if you're on here and you can see me, please let me know that you can see me because I've been having some connection issues, but it seems like everything's working. So, at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because it is late. And I just wanted to let anyone know if you're on the fence, whether or not you should go no contact because of the guilt that comes with it, don't be. If that's the only thing that's holding you back is the guilt or the not knowing if they're going to change or going to improve, or the fear that if you let them go, they're going to go give all of that good love to somebody other than you. Let go of those feelings and start embracing the idea that you matter as a person and allow yourself to be the best version of yourself you can be. Sorry that tonight didn't work out better. Usually, Toxic Tuesdays happen every Tuesday, or whenever we have the topic of toxic relationships coming up, I'll pop back on here. If you haven't already, please feel free to like and subscribe to this channel. I upload almost every day, and normally there's a typical normal upload. Today is an exception to the rule, but I didn't want to leave anybody high and dry for Toxic Tuesdays. So hopefully the video version of our Q&A session will come through. If I have some problems, we'll go ahead and remake that soon. At any rate, I want to thank everyone who has been in here, everyone who has liked and subscribed, and I will see you soon. Love and light.